I'm going to show you a particular technique. We'll have a few techniques. Some of you who have been through the program know that I'm very heavy on techniques. I like techniques because they're usually quick, easy, and anybody can use them. This is called eye movement therapy, and it's therapeutic for so many different things. It works for pain, it works for resolving relationship problems, for everything. And I first started using this for a person in Switzerland who was tortured. He was going to kill himself. He was tortured, I think it was Bosnia at the time. And his jailers, he had so much hatred that he came to the class because after the class he was going to kill himself. And I used what I'm about to show you here. And he went from being, originally he was hospitalized, he'd been worked on by psychiatrists, nothing seemed to help. In like 30 seconds it was over through this particular simple technique. All right, now, your mother tied you to a bed, that part you remember, okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, you said your feeling to her are a 10 with respect to hatred. Okay, Caesar? Yeah. Here, let me get on this side of you. Okay. Now, all I want you to do is watch my fingers. And now I'm going to say to you, go back to the time she's tying you to the bed. Now, was there anything else that she did?
Yeah, she had the flame on, and I was talking back to her, and she was pulling me in to the flame.
Okay. All right. Now, just watch my fingers. Watch my fingers. No, you watch my fingers. No, not with your head, just your eyes.
Okay.
Okay, good. Now, your mother's tying you to the bed. She's tying you to the bed. Watch my fingers. Watch my fingers. She's tying you to the bed. Your mother's tying you to the bed. Watch my fingers. She's tying you to the bed. Okay, watch my fingers. She's pulling you into the flame. She's pulling you into the flame. Watch my fingers. She's pulling you into the flame. Watch my fingers. Okay. All right, now when you think of your mother. And be honest.
I care for her. I love her. But
the pain gone? The hatred gone?
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10 now?
I don't know, number 5. You know.
You're okay with it?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
All right, that's it. It won't come back. Yes, go ahead.
What happens if you've had things go on in the past, but you just don't tend to go there because you just don't feel them, you don't want to feel them, and so you just kind of bury them?
What happens if you have something buried?
Yeah, things that have happened in the past.
Yes.
But you just don't go there, associate to them. You just kind of bury, disassociate.
If they're buried, it's not good. It's like gunpowder. You take gunpowder and you put a match to it and psh, nothing. But what happens when you contain it? It blow up.
Sure.
So that's the problem with burying it. Eventually it blows up. So if you know what it is, we can wipe it out. Yes?
How do you do this eye technique by yourself?
How do you do it by yourself? A good question. Anytime you have anything that's bothering you, like we're using terrible things here, you think about the thing at the time when it was happening, and you move your eyes from the left to the right as quickly as you can, comfortably. So like right now, I can see over here and over here. Okay, my 1, 2, 3, just so they're going back and forth. For about 10 seconds. You don't have to do any longer. You saw how long this took. I use this to show you how many different things you can use this on. I was in Germany doing a class in eye movement therapy. This is a class in quantum jumping. That was a class in eye movement therapy. And I said, okay, does anybody have any problems? So I like to demonstrate. So a woman comes, she raises her hand and says, I have a problem. I said, all right, come to the front. And she comes to the front. And I says, what's your problem? And she says, I can't lift my head. I said, what do you mean you can't lift your head? She says, well, I can't, if I'm looking at the ceiling, I got to go like that. I can't lift my head. I can go this way, but I can't lift it. Well, do you know why? She says, yeah. She says, when I was 3 or 4 years, when I was 4 years old, I had a tracheotomy. And the doctor told me if I lift my head, I'll die. So she hasn't lifted her head for 32 years. She was like 36. Well, all I wanted to do was to get her back in her seat. I said, no way this eye movement thing is going to work with that. But I can't, because I'm teaching how to do it. And I said, all right, so I'll do it anyway, what the heck. I'd stand there. Okay, the doctor is telling you, you lift your head, you'll die. Da-da-da-da-da, do it. He's telling you that, and you're crying and whatever. Now, no more than 30, 40 seconds. That's all it takes. And I did 2 sets. A set is 1, 2, 3. That's a set. So I think I did 2 sets with her, like I did with Caesar, 2 sets. And I did it with her, and I said, okay, now I just want her to go back to her seat. And she goes, now, after 30 years, you'd think her muscles would have atrophied or something. But she goes, and she starts crying. I mean, not crying, blubbering. Ah! And she had 5 people with her, and they start crying. Everybody started crying. I'm like, God, I said, you mean to tell me she has not lifted her head for 32 years? She said, yeah. It worked. Next day, she comes with about 40 people. And now the next day, she's like this. And I said, that was as close to a miracle. You know, people say, you ever see any miracles? That was like a miracle. That one was beyond me. I still don't know what happened. But it worked. And it worked in 30 seconds. Now, what magic is there? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. A lot of people use this. It's pretty much almost a standard therapy now. They call it different things. I call it eye movement therapy. Some people call it eye movement reprocessing, and something else, whatever. But most of the things that I teach, there are books written about. I mean, there's like 30, 40 books written about that process. Now, how are you going to learn it in 10 seconds when other people go to school and pay $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 to learn? You just learned it.